And speaking of Trump, Trump is back in court for the first full day of his jury selection in New York. In that criminal case, at least 30 of the first 100 potential members of the jury pool have already been excused. The judge has told Trump he must be in court for the entire proceeding and cannot attend next week's Supreme Court case. That's the immunity case. CBS News campaign reporter Olivia Rinaldi is right here with me in Studio 57. Olivia, it's so great to have you in person. So this trial, the one that we are following today, I'm sure has some impact on the election, or at least on his campaigning. Can you talk to us about what that impact is?
Absolutely. This is keeping him off of the campaign trail. This is single-handedly obstructing him from being on the campaign trail. So the trial is going to be going on for the next several weeks on Mondays and Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, leaving just Wednesday and the weekends for Trump to campaign. It is important to note, though, most of his campaign rallies in the past have been on weekends. So this isn't out of the norm for him to just spend weekends campaigning. But it's part of this argument he's making that it's, quote, election interference for him to not be on the campaign trail and forced to be in court. But in another sense, he's getting far more exposure by being in court every day. We're covering it wall to wall. So in essence, it gives him a broader swath of the American public to talk to about this, putting him much more in the news than he has been in previous years.
Yeah, you mentioned weekends, and it's true. I mean, we know how he feels about crowds and large crowds, so it makes sense that he's campaigning the big rallies on the weekends. You know, crowds are one way to measure the success of the campaign. The other one is funding. Is this case, or the many other cases against him, impacting his fundraising?
You know, it's the question that everyone asks, and everyone's been asking me. Do donors know that their money is going to his legal fees? And if they didn't know before, they certainly know now. It's something we have been talking about. One donor I spoke with kind of told me, he said the quiet part out loud, which is that if he believes Democrats are using these legal challenges, these lawsuits, these trials as a way to keep Trump off the trail, then they're going to use their money as a legal strategy as well. Wow. And they're happy putting their money towards this defense of Donald Trump. So I thought that was extremely notable. That's something that kind of has been the underbelly of this funding, is sort of starting to come out and be very apparent about why some of these donors are very willing to donate to his PAC, Save America, which is spending on legal funds.
And what you're saying, I mean, we know that that his base is strong base that supports him no matter what, feels strongly that not just this, but all of the cases are political. Right. How are independents feeling as this historic trial has begun yesterday, a criminal case against a former president who was also running for office, sitting there as a criminal defendant?
I mean, that remains to be seen right now. As you mentioned, we know how his supporters feel. They feel this is a sham. It's political, quote, witch hunt, all of those things. But how those voters feel in those key suburbs, those key areas in Wisconsin, North Carolina, Arizona, Nevada, all of these battleground states that are certainly watching this closely, that remains to be seen. So this weekend, we know Trump is going to be in North Carolina, in Wilmington. That's a key area for him where he wants to gin up that support. Very notable, he's going to North Carolina on the first week of this trial. So he's going to get back on the campaign trail and try to talk to some of those voters about why this is important to him.
Olivia Rinaldi, thank you so much.
Thank you.